All right, today it's time to talk about Optic, Texas. On the screen here, you are seeing Toronto Ultra, but more importantly, we're doing a little player review today on that boy Mercules and why I believe he needs to join Optic Texas if they want any success going forward. Now, you're seeing it right now. The man is 5-0. Let's go through, break it down. So, starting off, who is Mercules and what is the situation? Well, the situation is Mercules is a challengers player. I think he played on Stallions and I don't know who else he played for. I can't really remember, but I know he played for some top amateur teams, and going into the weekend, he got a call up from Toronto Ultra because Beans had a visa issue, so wasn't able to fly out to the event. And due to that, they had to get a last minute substitute. They went for Mercules. Now, for anyone that doesn't play this game at a very high level or just maybe plays rank play for fun, when you are playing at a team level, a lot of it comes down to systems and just the way of playing the game. Each team has their own way of playing the game. Now, most of the time, yes, setups are similar, but there's a way of communicating and breaking the game down, and just overall teams have their very team based dynamic. Okay, so when you have a substitute, it's going to be difficult. Now, what I will say is if you are Mercules, you have the golden opportunity. You are playing for a top 4, top 3 team in the game with a top 3, top 4 system with some of the best players in the game currently, with, you know, maybe the best sub duo in the game, stuff like that. Like, you have a very, very good dynamic to walk into. So I think he had a golden opportunity. However, the opportunity is only there. The actual playing the game is what everyone's looking at. Yes, you can have an opportunity, but if you're not good, you're not going to make the most out of it. And this man showed up. You can see on the right of the screen, he went third. They finished third. And he didn't just fit in. He was the best player on their team, in my opinion, this whole weekend. And to go into a team with Joe Deceives and Kleenex and Insight and just fit in like that and just be the best player at the venue almost, like, he was unbelievable. If they won the event, I think he would have been MVP. So I have to give credit to him. He played unbelievable. Now, let's talk about Optic. Where does Optic all fit in with this argument? Well, Optic finished, I believe, it was a top 8. Well, basically, they got smoked by Boston. Embarrassing 3-0. It wasn't even close. They beat Falcons and then they lost to FaZe. Now, I will say the FaZe series was close. They trolled it, but the Boston series for me was everything I needed to see. It just wasn't good enough. Their online season wasn't good enough. They barely made winners. It's just not been good. It's not been good. I think they gave it a good go with Skies and Hook this major, and I just think that they need to go for this kid Mercules. I think they have to pack a punch. I mean, it's just one of those situations where, like, what do they need? Okay, let's talk about it. They need an AR player that can, according to what I've seen, okay, let me start this again. From what we've seen, what was Skies bringing to the team? Let's change the topic. Let's talk about what Skies is bringing to the team, okay? Skies was an assault rifle player that was bringing good communication. He was bringing a lot of objective work. Now, I don't like using it. I think it's a very weak argument, but I want to talk about this specific one for the team. So he was bringing good comms, okay? And he was bringing OBJ work, a lot of heal time and this and that, okay? Again, I think it's a very one-dimensional way of looking at the game. Like, oh, we need an OBJ player. That's not what I'm saying. But just from that, okay, what he wasn't bringing, something he wasn't bringing was he wasn't bringing a lot of slaying power, okay? So one thing he wasn't bringing was slaying power. So we're going to use slaying power like that, okay? So those were kind of, this was Sky's kind of portfolio right now. And I guess what he was bringing was experience. Leadership and experience, okay? But when you look at Mercules now, you are seeing somebody who has insane slaying power. And the one thing that impressed me the most was his objective work while slaying out. I think when I watch Mercules, he reminds me of Ghosty in Modern Warfare 2. If you guys watch Ghosty in Modern Warfare 2, he was like a do-it-all AR challenger player. And when he joined the team, it just transformed them. When he joined the team with Hook, it just transformed them. It literally did. Because you had an AR. Do you guys remember when Optic were the best team in Modern Warfare 2? When they went back-to-back grand finals and they were like flawless in online qualifiers? And their combination was Hook, Shotzi, Dashy, and Ghosty. And they looked phenomenal. They didn't manage to win the event, but they got to 2 back-to-back grand finals. And I think right now, if you're building, what I honestly think you do is, I think Hook has been great, but if you can look for maybe getting a better option in the summer, like a Joe Deceives or someone like that, like a franchise type player. I don't think Joe will leave, but like an example of that, I think you can look at that, maybe like a 2 roster change. But right now, like, I just think you need to go for Mercules. It's somebody that's basically at the start of his career. So you're going for someone where you have a young individual with a bag of talent, and this weekend just showed he's not just talent, he's great as well. Like he's not just raw talent, like he actually performed in these games. You're seeing it right now, like he's got the most kills almost in the lobby, and he's got the most time. Like he's doing it right now. They're down by like 20, but this was a really good game. Like he's doing everything. I just think Mercules is a phenomenal player, and I think Optic needs to do everything to get this type of player in. Their current roster just isn't working. It just isn't, and I feel like right now they're gonna regret not going for Mercules. I've seen rumors and stuff that they're not trying to change. If that's true, I think it's crazy. I really do. I'm an Optic fan. I want them to do well. I want them to win. I just think it's crazy. Now, what I will say is, like, their losses to FaZe were quite close, so you could look at that and say, oh, okay, they were quite close. But at the same time, FaZe didn't have a good event. FaZe lost to Miami. FaZe lost to Surge. If Optic are serious about winning and actually competing in champs, this roster I would literally maybe put as the least likely team to win at champs. Out of all 8 teams that make it, that's if they even make it, because they're borderline 8th right now, I think they are probably the least favorite, and that's crazy to say from the previous champs winners. So I think right now they really need to think about this, not just Black Ops 6, but even in the off season, something's gone wrong in that camp where things just aren't looking the way they are. I feel like Mercules will be like a breath of fresh air. You're getting in a raw, young, talented guy, like great gun skill, just the raw talent. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when we had like Shotzi and Illy at the start of their career, like just that raw talent. And I think sometimes you just need that. And people say, oh, one switch won't change a lot. I want to talk about Neptune, because Seattle were asked before. Seattle were just asked before the roster change. Neptune comes in, and what do they get? They get one of the best players in the league, and they become a top 3 team. They make 3 back-to-back finals, including the minor, and they didn't have the experience to close them out. But up to the grand final, they have been phenomenal. So I think one change can be enough. I think Hook has played well this year. I don't know, man. I just think Mercules comes in. I think they can make some noise, man. But you guys let me know. Do you guys think this is the right move? Let's talk about Mercules for a second as well. I wanted to we'll focus on Optic for this video, and then we'll do a separate video where we talk about Mercules specifically and what maybe options he has. But in terms of Optic Texas, I think right now, with the stage starting in a week, we don't have much time, not many options. I think Mercules is the only option I would go with right now. Mercules for Skies, and you just try and make it work. You just know like the talent is there with that squad. If they can't get it working with Mercules, Hook, Shotzi, and Dashi, then we need to just understand what the system is. But Mercules is just like look at his scoreboard right now. Most kills in the lobby, most time. He's just everything you need right now from Optic Texas. You need somebody that's going to be able to do the dirty work, do the objective, and also just be able to put some numbers up. It's like Dashi last year. Mercules right now is playing like Dashi last year. Let Dashi just take care of himself. Let Dashi be the best they are in the game. Let him do his Dashi thing, right? Let Shotzi and Hook roam around like they're doing, and just have Mercules fill in the gaps. If Mercules can play the Skies role with just more slaying power, they're in a good spot. Now, one thing they're not doing is they're not playing the game the right way. So I do think the system has to change, and I don't know. I feel like Mercules could be a really, really good start, and you know, maybe they can make the comeback for the second end, for the last end of the season. We have one more major than champs, and then we have EWC as well. So plenty of COD still to play for, still 3 events, and you know, I think they gotta make the move. Let me know down below. Do you guys think Mercules is the one who saves Optic? Do you think it's too late? Do you think Mercules goes somewhere else? What do you guys think? Let me know, and I'll catch you guys for another video tomorrow. Peace.